All right, well, it's Friday night and I'm
Oh
out
man.
at the bar solo and I'm enjoying a drink, an apple teeny, ruby chai variation, and it has the cutest little apple twist garnish, and I'm in heaven.
Mm.
I got my iconic pack of spearmint gum just in case I meet a lady, and it really pairs well with the apple teeny. I love these damn things. Everyone knows you shouldn't talk to me before I've had my apple teeny.
I
So
know.
anyways, there's suddenly like a lot of commotion in the front of the bar, and turns out OJ Simpson had walked in.
Really?
Now, you know me, everyone's making a big scene asking for photos. The bar railing's clear. I'm thinking, damn, I got the rail on myself. Maybe I should do a couple skate tricks off this dang thing, huh? But I don't. I don't. And slowly, the security starts to clear the area, and Mr. Simpson approaches the bar rail. And wouldn't you know, he sits next to little old me. And I
Wow.
immediately recognized like his famous musk, right? You know his famous musk.
He's got a smell, dude.
It's peppercorn and dill.
He walks in
And
the
you know
room,
what
you
he?
know he's there, you
Well,
know?
you know he's there. You get a smell of some pickles. You know Simpson's nearby. And you know what he orders?
What's that?
A freaking ruby chai apple teeny, and he
Oh,
gets it, and I'm sipping, and he starts sipping it, and you know what's crazy? He turns to me and he says, "Hey, these apple garnishes are pretty cute, huh?" And I'm starstruck. I'm stuttering. Yes, Mr. Simpson, they're very, very cute. And you know what he does? He starts
he
laughing.
starts
He kind of
laughing.
goes quiet for a minute.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, he was abashed. And we sit a bit in silence. We're just kind of sitting there. And he starts saying random things like, I ran for 2,000 yards in a single season. I'm like, of course, Mr. Simpson. Yes, Mr. Simpson. And he's like, the glove didn't fit, right? And I'm like, we all saw it, Mr. Simpson. Yes, of course. And eventually he pulls out a stogie, big old stogie, and he lights it
hmm
up in the bar. And he starts blowing in my face, and I'm thinking I'm blessed. I mean, I'm in this man's smoke right now. It's like being surrounded by the clouds when an angel appears, right? And I'm basking. And suddenly the bartender shows up. Total buzzkill. Okay, he
Ah,
tells him to put it out.
that's
And
the
that's what OJ
worst.
Simpson does. I know. I try to like smoke a stogie, and I'm like blowing it in everyone's face, saying, "Smell this! It smells great." And they're saying, "Get away from me! Please remove yourself." And I'm saying, "I'm trying to help you, my guy." And you know what every famous guy does? He
Mm.
smokes a freaking stogie. It's so sick. And the bartender, it's total buzzkill, shows up. And that's when OJ Simpson does his Sigma ass fucking move. He starts blowing it in the bartender's face. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. And bartender
Man.
looks all shocked, and OJ waves him away. And I'm in awe. OJ just owned the freaking bartender, dude. And he takes it one step further. He calls
Mhm.
over the owner of the bar and he blows smoke in his face. He says, it's a pretty nice bar you have here. I think I'll buy it. The owner's
Mhm.
a little taken aback and he sullies his face. He's like, it's not for sale. And that's when OJ pulls out his 9 millimeter high point and he re-emphasizes. He goes, I think I'll buy this bar. Now,
He carries a
I'm associated with the crime now. So I start playing my part. I go, get him, Mr. Simpson. Tell him what's what. And the owner's shaking a bit, but eventually pulls his keys from his pocket and he hands them over. And OJ does his iconic laugh and says, Hey, check will be in the mail, buddy. He turns to me and says, Listen, kid, you got spunk. And I like that. Anytime you come in,
Mhm.
Ruby Chai Apple Teenies are on the house. And
Man.
that's how I became an alcoholic.
That's great. That's I can't believe that happened to you. That's
Well, thanks
like
for asking. Well, it's such a nice question to ask from you.
yeah, of
How'd you
course.
become an alcoholic? Of
Yeah.
course, I would be loved to explain.
A lot of people have much worse stories than that. That's a great
Mm-hmm.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, and now we hang out. It's us, Kareem Hunt, Joe Mixon, Deshaun Watson. We all chill out. It's a great time. For some reason, we always have to like chill at solo bars and be escorted by security, but it's a great time. We're always sipping the teas.
Oh, the
Hey,
teenies, dude.
anyways, hey guys, welcome to the John Upton, Kate Madden Final Fantasy Football Bullcast, where we break down every nuance and essence of this beautiful coalition of fantasy football enthusiast. I'm so excited, Jake.
And we have big news this year as well. As of today, we are now the official podcast of the Upton Bowl. Can we get a round of applause, guys?
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you, guys. It's really a
It took
big
a lot
step.
of deals. Lawyers were in the talk for a long time.
You know how these things go, but we got there.
These country bumpkin South Dakota lawyers. It took a while. Mason has very high level Colorado lawyers. They're very well versed.
So we ended up paying a little more than I thought we were gonna have to, but it's worth it for the show, for the fans, you know. Um,
Licensing agreement with Mason and Fox.
so
By the way, the election was stolen. We also have to say that now as part
we
of the
do. We
contract.
have a. There's gonna be in some of the later episodes, we're gonna have some guests that people might not love, but
That's okay. It's all about hearing every side. We
right.
don't. Yeah.
It's
So when Corey comes on and starts causing controversy that we have him on, please just understand we're trying to
just
hear everyone.
it's in the contract too.
It's in the
So
contract, so we're gonna have to.
right.
And I did say we shouldn't have signed it, and I said I wasn't a big fan, and I said we shouldn't do it. But Jake said, money, 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 money. I love money.
Hmm.
I love being the official Kate Upton, John Madden fantasy football
Right.
cast.
Right. And I do like the paycheck too, which
Yeah, and the paycheck, $50 gets you a lot of shit.
it does, yeah. And then, they said maybe when our contract is up in 5 years, we can start getting you paid a little bit. Um,
I
but
do it for the love of the game.
right, right.
I do
So
it. I don't need payment. And the fact that they told me I wasn't getting paid, I expected that.
it
I
just
was actually going to volunteer
right.
to not be paid. So it actually worked out in the end.
That's that's the hustle
I just
mindset,
love this
dude.
freaking thing
Yeah.
so freaking much, dude. And let's talk. It's been a long time. First off, listen, we've all grown older. We're all a
Hmm.
little older.
Hmm.
When we started, we were like 20, 21, 19, 18,
We're getting a
17. I
little
don't know how old.
long in the
Yeah.
tooth.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of things that have changed. I do things differently now. I assume
Hmm.
you do things differently now.
Hmm. Hmm. Like I
Do you fi-
yeah,
What do you do?
I drive my car around the town. I go slower. I
Mm-hmm.
look out for pedestrians and stuff. I'm not
We
speeding
follow
around like
traffic laws
yeah,
now. It's kind of crazy.
I used to
Back in the
just
day,
swerve the
well,
whip.
Jake has that Bentley, and he whips it, and it's pretty sick.
Hmm.
But when you get older, you don't want to keep the Bentley.
You got to go to the
And
Oldsmobile. Hmm.
right? Mm-hmm. Oldsmobile, yeah, 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 yeah. Oldsmobile. That's what Chris drives, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So, the follow-up being Chris has a bad car, I guess.
yeah.
All right.
Or he's just an
So,
old bitch. I don't know.
I've kind of changed the way I do things.
Yep.
I used to, well, back in the day, so I had like one attitude. I'd be mad at everyone, regardless of reason or cause. I would just go into every game mad as hell,
Oh yeah.
right? But now I base my mood on my opponent. Like, let's say I face the Rook, then I'm a sad little boy. I don't want to beat up the new guy. He's got such an angelic face, right? Or if I'm playing Nick, I become like a real bully and play
Hmm.
into like the nerd dichotomy, right? And really
Hmm.
like shake him up a bit. I shove him in a locker and stuff like that. Playing Trent, platform shoes. It's an intimidation. He's got to look up at me. And I'm standing over him. And I'm saying, "Hey, buddy, good luck."
Hey, let's
He's
have a fun
scared.
week. Yeah.
Friendly giant, friendly giant, but he knows in just an instant. Mason, yeah, I hold a football in my hand the entire Sunday, and I armchair coach my team.
Hmm.
So there's different vibes. You have to adapt, just like real life. Or like we have a fully formed brain now. You're 25 or later, you got the big brain now.
Hmm.
And there's like a major difference between when I was a kid and I would draft, I would smoke a bunch of weed and drink. And that was like really stupid of me. I was just being a young, dumb kid. But
Right.
now as an adult, I smoke weed and drink before the draft. It's actually self care.
Right. Because you know better, you know?
Yeah, and when I was young, I was wasting my time. It was just really bad for my health, if we're being honest. But now things are a little different. It's actually good for me to relax with the spliff and distress, right? My
Hmm.
counselor said if I keep drafting drunk, then I'll get a drunk team. And I'm thinking, hey, isn't being drunk pretty cool? You know? And now I'm doing self care and I'm getting a freaking cool team with it. And now that's the perks of having an adult style brain,
Yep.
you know?
Yeah.
You're getting every side. You're covering it.
Dude, that sounds. I'm trying to. I agree definitely with you got to be a different manager. You got to be a different coach on different weeks because otherwise your players just aren't going to perform too, you know.
Right.
If they see you on the sidelines in your platform shoes, and they see Trent on the other sidelines, they're going to say we're big and strong and we're going to go out there and win the game, you know.
Yeah, and Trent's guys are gonna be like, we're little babies, and I'm scared.
Exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um if
Hey
Mason's
Jake,
team
did
is
you
out
know
there, they see you with a football, it's like Jesus Christ. What are we
he
going to
likes football? I
Wow.
mean, there's a football on the field. He's got a backup in his hand.
He's ready, ready to
He
go.
wants to start quarterback. He's ready. He's gonna walk out there if it comes down to it,
I
and I
know.
will.
That's the
I'd
mentality.
replace Tua Tagliavola. It'd be very easy for me.
You do a similar job, probably.
Hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And as adults as well, I feel like there's kind of been a major serious shift in the league, right? You know,
There
this has
has.
actually been 100 years plus in the work, if not all of civilization in the work for this year in the league, right? Because
Hmm.
Kylie and Jay have joined the league, and they're both, I believe, let me check my notes, women, actually.
Right. This is
So,
accurate. Hmm.
yeah. So, you know, and I think we should pay tribute a little bit.
Hmm. To the major moments in women's in progress, suffrage.
Hmm. We should recognize, Jennifer King on the Washington football team.
Hmm.
We should, recognize Gibson on the Cleveland Browns and Alex Hanna on the Browns, right?
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We should tribute these people for,
For
or Angelica Grayson on the Commanders. Like we should,
for
you know,
rising to the top of a male-dominated field. That is
hmm
absolutely admirable, you
getting
know.
through no issues, no controversy involved, just easy, smooth rides across the board. And
But
I think that's cool.
I, you know, that's not to say that it was an easy ride. They all worked very hard and did good jobs, and that's very good, you know.
Hmm.
That would be my opinion.
But
It's also important to recognize some other larger events that have led women to being, you know, pretty good at most sports, you know, like you know, like in on July 23rd, 1972, when President Nixon
mhm.
signed Title IX into law, which prevented discrimination on the basis of sex in sports programs. Now, since that was signed into law, women's participation in sports has increased a lot, you know, a ton.
and and that's so sick. And we love Title IX, and
It's
Nixon is
huge.
so based.
Yeah, you know, Nixon is pretty good. He's good, you know. We can
He,
also think about um, this doesn't have anything to do with sports. We can also think about Amelia Earhart flying solo nonstop across the Atlantic. Is that sports? I guess that's
it,
sports.
it's a, hmm, that's a
Is
good question.
is like distance flying a I guess,
Yeah,
right?
but what was that Trump quote? He likes people that can land the planes.
She did until she didn't, you know.
So does John McCain.
I guess. All right. What about that time um um what about that time when Maria Pepe played Little League Baseball? She was disguised as a boy, and she was the first woman to play Little League. 1972? That
Yeah,
seems
wasn't
late.
Charlie Sheen part of that?
Was he?
Yeah, there's no crying in baseball or whatever.
I don't.
Oh, sorry, that's for real baseball heads. See, you're
Sorry.
playing a baseball game, and this is
See,
football,
that's
not
the thing.
baseball.
We got to get back to
We need the first starting woman quarterback now.
right. Let him
Yeah,
in. Let him go. I'm sure they
let
would
them
do
in.
great. Um, except for I don't know how well Kylie and Jay are going to do this year, for women and everything,
And I think they're gonna do great in fantasy, but
Sure,
representing women,
it's tough,
that's where the questions lie.
right?
Who can tell? Who
Who
will
can
know?
tell? The time will tell. The time will tell, and then we'll find out, you know.
If it goes good, maybe we can make Title 10. Call up Nixon. I loved when Nixon signed Title 9. He's like, I think he was. Wait, I was about to do a Reagan impression.
Her.
That's not Nixon. Yeah.
Nixon's got the he's like her. I am to support women in sports.
Yeah. I thought it
I,
was really sick when Ronald Reagan signed Title 10. He was like, well, I think all women should be able to start for the Tennessee Titans.
I want to see all of them out there.
I
Mm.
want to see all the ladies in tight pants on the field.
Do you
I thought it was really
remember?
sick.
Do you remember that for like a year there was like the lingerie football league? I thought that was
I do remember
what the
that
fuck
in the
was up
early
with that?
2000s. I thought it
Yeah.
was it was during that era of like Hardee's commercials being like women on bikinis on the cars on the beach,
Oh
and
yeah,
guys
on
would
the
be like,
beach. Yeah, it
yeah, and they'd
was.
be like, hell yeah.
Yeah, what a
And that's what
strange
football is about.
dude's going hell
Is
yeah.
dudes going hell yeah. Guys being dudes, I think, is the essence of.
Except,
Whoa, wait, wait, no, 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 no. People being dudes.
girls
That's
can
what
be
we
dudes
are now.
too. Girls
People
can be
being
dudes
dudes.
too.
Girls
Yeah.
can be dudes. There's a whole song about it. It comes from it's an artist. He originally started as a fast food worker, worked his way up in the industry. It's Kel from Good Burger. He actually
He was a
brought that up
real
first to the
real
forefront.
pioneer in the anyone
Hmm.
can be a dude
I'm a dude. She's a
movement.
dude.
Right.
It kind of it's sort of like that idea of like, I think therefore I am. If you are a dude, you are a dude. That's just as
Right.
simple as it is. It's kind of a deep
If you
sort of
think as a
metaphysical
dude,
idea.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why I started like, it's like that metaphysical idea where like, if you take a picture of a bird, is that as real as the bird itself because you hold on to its essence in the moment?
It
That's
is,
why I
yeah.
started like, well, you can't see because the camera's in the like face the wrong way, but my
Hmm.
entire wall is covered in pictures of football players. And when
Hmm.
I draft, I'm going to ask them questions because it's the essence of the player I'm talking. I
Right.
think that will get me far. I'm really excited. But oh yeah, hey, speaking of the division between men and women's history, let's talk about
Hmm.
divisional talk, huh? Let's
Yeah.
talk a little division,
Another
huh?
another major change this year.
Yeah,
A
D1.
lot.
We got. Oh, what do we got? A lot of what?
Well, a lot has happened in this league's history. I think it's just going to amp up all of these existing rivalries to 10,
Well, there's so many things people forget about.
I
I mean,
know.
it's so rich. The lore is so long.
So
Holy
let's
shit.
let's go down the
You would think
divisions.
Hideki Miyazaki wrote it.
So Division 1. Division 1 includes myself, Nick, Justin, and Chris, which I think all of these divisions are very well balanced.
They are.
Division
They
Division
are.
2 includes yourself, as well as Dalton, Kylie, and Corey. And Division 3 has Alex, Jay, Mason, and Trent, which is obviously the weakest of all the three. But
By far.
yeah, the other two look to be competitive, I think.
I'm excited for the other two. I do think it's a little fucked up that you guys didn't want a woman in your division, but I think that's also okay. But I think you're forgetting the essence of this year.
Right. Well, we didn't want a woman in our league, in our
You
division, so
Nick's kind of like a half.
I worry about him sometimes, you know.
So then,
But you
so
you are right to say that there are so many things in this league's history that people forget about, you know, and
like what?
we should also take the
Oh,
time
go.
to educate the new members of the
Oh
league
yeah.
on some of the
Oh yeah.
goings on, you know.
Yeah, this kind of is an introduction for a lot of people.
Right.
And now that we're the official podcast that I volunteered for, I'm very excited to be here. I love the art.
Hmm.
We should probably tell them what's happened in the past.
Right, right. Like, do you remember that one time in Nevada when Chris pushed Justin's dog off of the side of the Grand Canyon? I thought
Yeah,
that was
that's
like really messed up.
it's kind of glitched, honestly. I
It
thought it was
was,
even more messed up when the dog survived and he pushed a 1 ton Acme weight over the edge onto him.
yeah, and then it hung in the air there, disappeared in a puff of smoke, and then I heard, you know, a dog going, "Ow!" And it was completely disrespectful. It was not cool. Like,
It was even more fucked up when the he pushed like the big ton off of him and then he kind of folded up like an accordion. Yeah, I
right.
thought that was really fucked. And if it was like a cat,
It was a
maybe it'd be
cat.
okay, but his dog, that's man's best friend.
It was really over
It's
the
kind of
line.
hey,
But
oh 04, 2004 was a different time.
it was. And like it's just going to lead to a deeper rivalry between these two, you know, divisional
Hmm.
mates.
It
I
really adds to the history. I think it's good. I think it's good that Chris killed Justin's dog. I thought it was fucked up that Kylie force-fed Mason shrooms. I thought that was
yeah,
fucked up.
that was weird. It was just out of nowhere, but it, you know, he had a really bad trip and he like almost died. It was
Yeah, well, he did almost die, and I thought it was really fucked up when she kept coming back in the room and telling him that he was in a nightmare, that this
right.
isn't real life. I thought that was a little over the line.
Screaming at him that, you know, he was worthless and that he should
You're
die
not
and
real. You're
yeah,
not real. This isn't real.
it's
You
crazy.
need to wake up. I thought that was really messed up.
I
But
know.
at the same time, everyone's friendships are valid. You shouldn't challenge people's relationships or
Right, and
friendships.
it just deepens the relationship we all have in this fantasy league, you know. So ultimately,
Right. I think she was trying to get him to escape reality and enter the fantasy
oh, like yeah,
football.
like in fantasy football, yeah.
Hmm.
So, you know, I'm sure as a result of that, Mason is really happy to have such a fierce opponent in the league
In
and
a
in
different
his
league.
division.
They're a different division.
Yeah, that's great. Um, there was that time on a more, you know, sensitive, sort of
Hmm.
intimate note where Alex got caught putting that ferret in his ass by Corey, and he like,
American Psycho.
yeah, Corey promised it would be a joke, but then he, you know, put it in the group chat. I thought that was like really weird for both of them, you
I
know.
thought it was really weird that he sent it with the music Mamba Number Five over it.
Yeah, it's
I
like
was like,
if on the one hand it's a weird thing to do, but on the other hand it's just a betrayal by somebody I'm sure Alex thought of as a friend, right?
oh, I'm sure. Yeah, the ferret.
Right. Okay, ah, you
Yeah, I thought it
rascal.
was. You know what I thought was cool? I thought it was a cool and Mason called Trent Short. It's played out, man.
It's
It's played out. I
it's
would never make a
2022.
joke about that. I would never make a joke about. There's no record of me in the last 30 minutes
We
making a joke like that.
we have a standing policy in this league that if it's, you know, we don't make fun of people for something they can't change. And the
Hmm.
fact that Trent is short, we all love him more for that, you know. We
So
don't.
just because you look like a sprouting tree does not mean you can make fun of Trent's height.
Is that his hair?
No, when a tree sprouts, like it grows like 6 feet or whatever, right?
Oh,
And then
but
it
he's
has like
like,
skinny, yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah.
little branches. Yeah,
It could also be his hair, like one of those weird trees that just like.
yeah.
Anyway, I think just Mason needs to cool it on the short
Kind of
jokes.
short jokes, yeah.
It's
Once
it's
Zephyrin left, it was kind of like,
come on, man.
and Zephyrin left because he fed Nick formaldehyde. Anyways,
We won't get into that since it's water under the bridge. But the most
Nick
one of the
under the
most
bridge too. Oh, sorry. Serious
I mean,
history. This is very controversial, deep history.
one of the most, and this might be a revelation on the podcast, was that one of the most shocking things I learned recently was that Jay was lying about having done Emmanuel Sanders' hair. And particularly because we all thought that was so cool and we were still deciding whether to let her in the league at this point. I feel
Hmm.
like it's really a bad omen that it wasn't even Emmanuel Sanders and that instead it was a guy, just a random guy named Mandy Sandy,
Mm,
who, like, I don't, were you confused? Because
I
they,
get it. I mean, it could have just been a cute nickname that she thought he had.
but the betrayal on to not even like be like, hey, can I see your driver's license to make sure you're Emmanuel Sanders, the
Hmm.
wide receiver?
And that's the thing. They always scan my ID before I get a haircut. It
Right,
now makes me think she has shady business practices.
exactly. And it's really that one just it makes me feel like you want a rivalry with the whole league. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Listen,
displeased.
I know you work at a sports clip, but that doesn't mean everyone who walks in is a is a player.
Just Mandy Sandy walks in. They look kind of similar, I guess.
Oh, Emmanuel Sanders is here.
You worked at the Denver Broncos haircut club, and everybody that walks in just kind of looks like Broncos players. That's good.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I heard someone say that Kylie said my feet are weird. Now that's a
Yeah,
deep rivalry. That was kind of a deep cut.
I
Just because they're inverted this way, okay?
some
Just because
people
my pinky toe goes over my ring toe, my thumb, like the big toe, is like stuck out like this, and they're all webbed, does not mean my feet are weird. It's actually very valid and normal.
tons of people have feet like that. It's
All I'll
really
say is, yeah,
just
my mom
Kylie.
fucked a platypus, and these are the results. And it's good.
I think Kylie should be more respectful of people's feet in general. I feel like that's been a running issue.
I feel
But
like she should visit Australia, see my dad, and apologize.
do platypuses live in Australia? I thought they were like South America.
I feel like you're lying to me. Or the animal planet, Australia, in
Okay.
Tasmania.
That makes sense, I guess. They got all kinds of weird animals down there.
Yeah, and we all know the platypus is very alpha sigma based. So, oh, sorry. I think you should go over some more history.
Definitely, definitely. I mean, see, you kind of have to do this next one.
Oh yeah, I thought it was fucked when Jake said Nick's baklava was lacking in complexity. I mean, it's a baklava for Christ's sake.
It should be simple, but I just thought it was just too simple. It's just
Hmm.
Nick usually takes risks with his pastries, and it was just sort of
I think it was risk to make mayonnaise baklava.
it was a risk, but it was, it just didn't have the flavor I'd come to expect from, his baking. Just
You
wasn't
didn't
wasn't
like
there.
the. Never mind. I'm not gonna make this joke for a clean podcast. Wait, I have to say this one too.
Yeah.
One time I watched Dalton eat a cricket, like just he picked it up and popped it in his mouth, no hesitation. I thought that was really weird.
Yeah.
And I this isn't actually like a historical rivalry thing. This is just me trying to like get the rivalry going more. So he ate a cricket. It was really gross. I gave him $5 for it, not because he asked for it. I just felt like I should give him a tip when I saw it. I thought it was really cool.
That's weird. I guess I mean you can kind of eat crickets, like they're not bad. It's just eating a
Hmm.
live one is strange, right? You can eat you can eat. It's not gonna hurt you, right?
Do you work for the Washington Post? You trying to get me to eat crickets now?
Oh, is that the okay? I'm just saying I think they're okay. It's just strange that Dalton would do that.
Hmm.
Uh, it, coming back
What?
to coming back to things that are less weird and bizarre and more just like things I have a personal issue with was, I mean, Alex said to me in confidence that he thought Luna, Mason's dog, wasn't any good at sitting down or rolling over. And I thought that was way over the line. I thought that was
Yeah, that
completely
doesn't even sound like
disrespectful.
friendly banter. That sounds like real
It's
issues.
it's not banter.
And
It's
here's the thing, like
hurtful.
Luna plays poker.
Hmm.
Luna drives her own car. She has an IRA, a 401k, and you're going to criticize because she can't sit down and roll over. And Alex, can I say, women's suffrage has ended. There's no issues between women and men anymore. It's all good. We're all done. And the fact that you think that a woman isn't good at sitting down or rolling over when you command her to, Alex, Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's
You literally walked in their shoes for like 30 minutes at the party. Jake, I know you don't know this. He
I'm
pretended to
sure
be a
I'm
dog.
sure I'm sure that happened.
Unprompted. We didn't even ask him to. He didn't have to do it. He was just like, oh, it's points. I would love to be a dog and eat peanut butter off your fingers. And he did.
No.
So you go a mile in their shoes and then you don't learn anything.
It's just disrespectful. He ate peanut butter off somebody's fingers.
Several people's fingers, and then he would also like make noises responding to the emotion that a dog would feel based on the situation.
Oh
My
man.
favorite bit was just I know I said we were going to be dirty. My favorite bit was just walking up to him and saying, "Come, come," and they start walking over. I'm like, "No, the other one, come, come."
Oh,
Anyways,
what a
personally, I was offended when Justin told Nick they weren't actually dating and kind of gaslighted him.
right. Because we all know they in a loving relationship, but
They
it's
were
like
like, and he like Nick would show me texts where like he calls himself like his boyfriend, and then like Justin would like give it a heart emote. Like I don't.
Justin's
That's
just
kind of weird.
he's just a player and we all know it, but
It's just like, bro, you have to have
it's
a little morality in there. Like,
it's
just own up to it. Just break up with Nick. It's not like you need to
right.
trick him
I
into
don't
it.
know why he's playing with his heart, really. It's just
2009 Justin was kind of fucked up. I'll say that right now.
it was. But, again, they've
Justin's a good guy, so
they made
and
nice,
that's
you know.
wait, is he though?
Is he a good guy? I don't know. He seems fine.
Yeah, he seems okay.
I mean, I do have a personal beef with Justin, which is
What?
that apparently it's getting around that sometime years ago when he was joining the league, he said I couldn't do a handstand, and that's really fucking
Can't.
mean.
Well, I
I
don't think you
can.
could do one
I
either.
can't. Shut. I can.
Can you do a
Yeah.
handstand? Let's see it.
I don't actually know if I can do a handstand. Should I try?
Should we both try to do a handstand right now?
Yeah, if the
Let's
video
go for
doesn't
it.
work out, this is gonna be a fucked bit, but all right.
You guys like to talk?
Yeah, I'm wearing shorts.
Let's see.
Ugh. Can you use the wall or should I go this way? Ugh.
Come on.
Can I like see I can do it like this, but I think you have to do it.
Oh, he's trying, folks. Let's see. Oh, he's trying.
I don't
uh,
think you're allowed to use the wall like that,
no,
so
I don't think so either. So we both failed. So Justin was right. Really good guy, actually.
all right,
I
I'll give
forgive
it
him
to
for the
him.
Nick thing. Yeah, one time Chris told me my hairline was going to recede quicker than the Germans in the Battle of Bulge, and I said that's really weird, kind of Dennis Leary like, and
Yeah.
also fucked up.
It's mean and it's also like I didn't think he knew anything about the Battle of the Bulge, so I just wouldn't expect it from him, really. I don't know. I don't know. It's also like
Battle of
you
the Bulge. I thought that was like Chris trying to put a con. It's tough. Yeah,
Yep.
the bite thing or whatever. It sucks.
Battle of the Bulge. Yeah,
Historic loss, very very heartbreaking situation for those who lost their lives that day in defense of the
obviously
Allies.
we have immense respect for
And
the
so for Chris to make a joke about that
yeah, it's
and
just
my
rude.
hairline, very rude.
You have a good hairline too. I mean,
Thank you,
it's
thank you,
yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
You know, it's anyway. there was that one time. It's like, do you remember? I mean, there's like a thousand ways that I forgot who the. There's like a thousand ways that Trent like could have called Alex stupid and gay, but like skywriting it after he beat him that one year, I thought that was way too much.
I thought it was, yeah.
It was
I mean,
weird.
and to coordinate the Blue Angels to do it for him
Right. Over New York City. It was like
over
really
New York City. Yeah,
it's
while Trent was there with his family.
it's just fantasy football, dude. I feel like I don't know. I don't know. That
I
felt
thought it
like
was
too
fucked.
much.
I thought it was fucked up when Corey shot Will when he was in the league.
That was wild. That was so
That
long
was wild.
ago. I almost don't remember it, but yeah.
Hmm.
I'm glad he
Oh, I
survived.
remember it like it was yesterday. He came in with a loaded
Loaded handgun.
loaded handgun, and Corey said, "Get on the fucking ground!" And Will looked up from his 24 pack of Bud Light. He was about
Yep.
halfway through, and went, "What? Hey, what's
What?
up, dude?"
What's up?
And
How's
I
it
thought
going?
that was really, and I thought it was really kind of fucked up that Corey would shoot him, but it's all cool,
Yeah.
and we all grow. So
Again, yeah, these are some of these are low points, but they've made us stronger, and
hey,
they've, changed Will's life forever, obviously.
yeah. I know there's 100 ways that Trent could have called Alex gay. I also feel like there's 100 ways to skin a cat. And I thought it
Right.
was kind of fucked up when Mason said he's literally skinned 100 cats.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Buddy, it's just a turn of phrase, huh?
Huh?
Yeah, I thought it was suspicious when you worked at the Humane Society. I just didn't.
Yeah.
You worked there as the Inhumane Society, okay?
Am I right?
Dang. Yeah.
It's like
Do we need to make up anything else?
I
This
don't
movie not hit that much. I don't think we
um
actually got Trent that much. I feel like Trent's done a
I
lot of
got
evil things.
Trent's
There's that time Trent dropped an IDE in Yemen. I thought that was fucked.
yeah, when he was involved with all that chemical warfare and stuff. But that's,
I
I
thought it was
mean,
I thought it was fucked up when Kylie snuck in Agent Orange into Mason's orange juice
yeah.
and called it Agent
She
Orange Juice.
she really has a habit of picking on Mason, but again, that's
It
just
is really bad.
nature of their
I feel like
friendship, I
yeah.
guess.
I thought it was fucked up when Jay said she she would shoot
Yeah.
Donald J. Trump,
See,
the
that's
46th president of the United States. I thought that was a little over the line extremist type attitude.
exactly. We try not to talk politics here, and
Hmm.
so,
And the election was a fraud based on our contract.
oh, well, yes, again, we're gonna have to get into some political stuff a little later, but, you know,
It's
as far,
not politics though. It's just what happened. So then it's
it's
not really
just
an issue.
it's
It's just what
reality.
happened.
Yeah, yeah,
It's just
yeah.
reality. Um,
Again, thank you to Fox for the deal, not Fox Sports, just to be clear, the big dogs. Yeah, no, a rich league with a lot of history, a lot of
have you hung out with Robert Murdoch since the merger?
not really. I hung out with him a
Listen,
lot before.
his personal bartender whips up such a good appletini. It's actually unreal.
Appletini, what is it? Appletini chai with the
No, 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 no. He does a blood orange like honey mix actually with the appletini. It's really good.
that sounds blood orange appletini with
Well, and actually, I'll just put this out here now. If Jay doesn't pan out, y'all, let's let in my buddy Rupert Murdoch has
yeah,
been begging to join the
he's good. He's gonna be totally chill with like paying his league dues on time.
league.
He's
Hmm.
like friendly guy.
Oh,
Don't
I
get him too
actually
worked
met someone.
up. Hmm.
Yeah, and I met someone else recently down at the bar when I was sipping on. Uh, I ran into Dan Snyder, and he said he was hella interested in joining the league. He
This
had
is
heard about the. Oh, go ahead.
this is OJ Simpson's bar.
Yeah, this is Simpsons Whack and Shack,
That seems
and
like such a crowd
well, no,
to
it
find
has
there.
harsh security. Okay, so here's like the list. You can only get in if you're me, Bream Hunt, Joe Mixon, Sean Watson. Who am I missing here?
Dan Schneider,
Dan
Kevin
Schneider,
Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Um,
you know.
I'm trying to think of like really cool people that were like really sick and awesome and that we enjoyed to drink with. OJ Simpson's in the crowd.
OJ
Aaron
Simpson.
Hernandez's ghost chilling out in the back. We
uh,
got Ed Reed up
Ed
in the
Reed, Ray
building.
Rice,
Yeah,
Ray
yeah,
Rice.
right. And sometimes they'll just kind of like hit guns against each other. It's kind of cool, like kind of sparring or whatever, but they don't
Yeah.
actually shoot or anything. It's
Okay.
really cool.
You know, honestly, yeah, if we need to find a replacement person, we could pretty much go with any of those guys, you know.
I do find it interesting that you have to sign an NDA when you come in.
That's like standard for it's like celebrity stuff, you
For
know.
I thought it was like a bar thing.
It's like standard for bars in
It's like
general.
standard for bars, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy, you're gonna drink an apple teeny tonight. Well, don't be telling anyone how good it is. I want to
What
give this
does
place away.
what does Dan Schneider drink at the bar?
Apple cider,
Apple
vinegar,
cider? Vinegar?
vinegar. Yeah, straight shots.
Is that good?
No, my man's drinking Rumble Mints.
All right. I was good, you know, apple cider vinegar is very good for your digestion and stuff. What the hell is a
Probiotics.
what the hell is a rumble? What?
Mints. Rumble Mints? It's a disgusting 60 proof or 80 proof peppermint schnapps.
Fucking ew. All right. Well,
Don't tell Danny.
but hey, if he's cool, you know, whatever your drink is, brother. Um,
No, my drink isn't Rumble Mints. It's an
no, no,
apple
I'm
cider.
saying for Dan, you know, as you say
Oh,
he's a nice guy,
Danny,
so
Danny, Schneider's in the house. Okay, all right. Hey, well, if you're new to the league, we hope we enriched you with knowledge, prosperous ideas from which to extrapolate from, and then further yourself in the league and try to, kind of.
right,
I'm going to be honest. Like this, these rivalries are very intense and dramatic and hurtful. Like, try to play into them. Try
right.
to, if you if you're upset with like if who's a if Corey beats you,
Oh
just
yeah.
stab him.
Just seriously,
Just
yeah.
stab him
Just
with a
send him a
knife
bomb. I can't
like
really say
this, or
that.
maybe one of these and a twist. Like
Yeah,
it's so easy.
because
And
that's what this
so,
league is about, you know? Yeah.
intensity, like real intense aggression, going deep, attacking like all the low points of
Right.
someone's life. Try to find out about
Physical
their
pain.
valleys. We have a
Right.
lot of peaks in our life. We also have a lot of valleys in our life, but we don't talk about the valleys, right?
Right. If
Because when you're
somebody,
climbing up,
yeah.
you're looking up, right? Try to find out those valleys and then call them out in very inappropriate times.
Like a couple members of the league are addicted to heroin. You could
Hmm.
beat them in a game and then say, you know, why don't you go shoot some more junk, you fucking idiot. You know,
Yep,
you
yep, I
could
know.
insult people's, you know, dead family members or dead
Hmm.
pets.
Hmm. I
You
wish
know,
your wife would get in another car crash. Oh, wait, she can't. She's dead. Like things like that really
right.
encapsulate what we're going for as a league.
That's the energy we're trying to
Jay, if
go
you
for.
get upset with one of your fellow division mates like Trent or something,
Mhm.
simply buy a stick of dynamite, sneak it in his briefcase, and then get a really, really long like wick for it, and then
Fuse. Yeah, yeah.
like light it, and then like 20 minutes later it'll go off,
He'll have
and
no
he
idea
won't know
what
what
happened.
freaking hit him. No idea. His face will be covered in like suit and little eyes. Like, oh,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's I hope we've given a good overview. I don't think we missed any of the big stuff really, the major events in the league. But yeah, it's
minus the time. What? Well, there was the time
I know.
that Alex got caught A having sex with Corey, but B having Corey was also having sex with Dalton, and then that was weird because they were all in what could you recall? Was it Pebble Beach
Pebble
where they were?
Beach,
Was it no, was it oh, was
they
it
were
the
in
Sydney Opera House or something?
Scotland. They're
Oh
in
no,
they're at the Eiffel
actually, no.
Tower.
Oh no, I remember now. It was when Nick and Dalton were sipping whiskey in the middle of a Broncos game and got kicked out. I think that's where we leave off. Anyways,
Yeah.
all right, bye.
Take care. Love you.